My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. And they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right. It's better than yours. So my cousin got this at Costco. It's a Dremel Multimax MM35. And he messaged me and was like, dude, this is 20 bucks. And I was like, dude, get me one. And then later I would find out that, dude, it was supposed to be $100 on sale, not $19.99, but $9.99. And they asked him if he wanted more, and he didn't say yes, so I only got two. So anyway, here is a Dremel Multimax MM35 with a 10-piece set and 3.5 amps. Now I have an oscillating tool, but it's a Bosch cordless, which is fine, and it does fine work. Fucking God. But if you're doing anything that's like a long project, like I was doing the tile with it, and that means you're gonna be running it non-stop for like 15, 20 minutes, which just murders batteries. It's not like a drill where you drill and then you stop. It's on and just on. So having one that plugs into the wall will be a great help for any future projects. Plus, I can plug this into a Variac and try to make a sex toy out of it. I thought of that. I was like, you know what if you didn't put a saw blade on it? What if you put like a rubber hand and it just went like this? Then you could take a sexual partner and you'd be like, and I wonder if that would be good. Then we had the discussion for way too long for two adult men to have, and then we moved on. Dremel bag. I actually have another Dremel bag. I actually have the Dremel Multimax, hi sweet, the little Sawzall that only goes down like an inch, which is perfect for cutting plywood. Like you could store it in that little bag. Let's see. A book about limits and things I probably won't read. All the accessories. Boss, I can probably find this thing out there somewhere. What are we going to accessorize with this? Because this stuff is what makes it worth the money. And it's got the ones you can, wow, it's got two different lengths, like distances. That's new. Ah. Don't put these against your sexual partner. That would be a bad time. Those. I don't know what this giant one is. Look at that little fucking measurements on it. That's cool. I'm gonna leave this wrapped up. But that's like a diamond encrusted, so that's for like removing things. Like entire things. So that's all cool. And then we've got that hook one. That's how you find the clitoris. And then this is just sandpaper and the sanding head. So you can sand in the corners. It's a point. Not that. And then here is the unit. It's just on, off, on, off. I don't know if I like that on, off and the thumb position. That's the same way it is with the Dremel. I do like this. What am I looking at here? Lock is this way. Unlock is this way. See, I don't know how this works. Oh my God, this is so much better than the Bosch. The Bosch, when you have to get a tool and actually unscrew a thing. This, look, just has a push thing. So you could be like, hold on, push this fucker in there. Locks in place, and then you lock it by turning this so that you can't push it anymore. That's a lot of locking. We're locking a lot of ways. There, now it's locked. So let me give you a demonstration of this. I'm not going to call it a sex toy anymore because that seems wrong. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm not a medical professional or a sexual professional by any means. So don't, just straight up don't. But if you wanted to, where's the wheel? Here's the wheel. It goes up to speed 10. And then that's 1, here's 5. And then, honeymoon night. And then your hands go numb. Or her hands. I don't know how you want to use it. Look, leave me alone. All right? I would say quarantine was long, which that shit's over. God, Dan is just going nuts. I linked him a 22,000 watt generator, and he's like, no! That'll use 1.47 gallons an hour on idle. No, actually, no. I'm sorry. I'll have loads of turns 1 propane per hour to 3,500 watts and turns to 11,000 watts. Propane just stinks. No matter how you use it. Anyway, I'm sure we could save kitty cat. When my generator had to run for that 35-hour blackout, I only lost about 2% in the tank, which is 20 gallons. I don't actually know if that's an accurate reading, but it's certainly not an accurate reading. Anyway, that's that. We've got a bunch of other stuff to unbox. Of course, the FedEx man was just here. And the FedEx man, here's the thing, the FedEx man is super nice. He comes up, he says hello. I asked him about the thing. He's like, no, I wouldn't have left it here. I would have done the thing. So it's probably not the guy that's like the asshole, but there's got to be one of them that's just the asshole. There's like a FedEx asshole, and it stinks. Why is this box so fucking small? I think I'm gonna have to actually cut cardboard. Ooh. Hey, cat. I already fed you today. Here. Here's a little box. Look. Don't run away from it. It's a box. You're supposed to run into it. It's a Shanling M1s. Do you actually think I threw that at him in like anger? The other cat gets it. Swede doesn't get it. Probably set us back weeks on the trust exercise. So it's in the same box as the M0, which is a little tiny thing, and it's another portable. I'm assuming the M1s will be much bigger than the M0. And now that this exists and is in my hands, do I want to sell the M0? Because I really liked it. It's a Shanling. It sounds soft and warm. Like, Shanling has a sound to it, man. I don't care what anyone says. I cut it. I fucking cut it. Ooh, wow, that's weird. Okay, we got some weird shit going on. That is a square, and the screen is sideways. We got front buttons. USB micro, volume. Where the fuck is the top? Is there a top? Is that the top? Because that's showing the play arrow that way. Balance and unbalance. I gotta turn this on. I gotta see which orientation the fucking screen is. Oh god, the screen is this way. This is the weirdest. Swipe down from the edge to bring up the quick access menu. It's not Android, obviously. Swipe from the last page menu customization. Click on the bottom play bar to return to the thing. Cool. Click on the top bar to guide access guide. I like this like startup to explain things. The Pokemon device slides right back to the previous screen. And there we go. No song lists. That's interesting. They've given that. This is, you know what? There's hope, because I miss mini disc players because they were so interesting. And this is like multiple speeds. Effect only files below 48 kilohertz. So if you have a file which 44.1, you can play up to 2x, which is great for like podcasts. I do listen to a lot of podcasts, usually not portable, because I actually like to. Here's the problem: when a podcast like the Always Sunny podcast used to be just audio, and it was great because I used to just be in the kitchen cooking, and I knew that I didn't have to look. Now that it's a video podcast, I have to fucking look, and it bothers me. And I don't want to find new podcasts that aren't video podcasts, because that's a bit laggy. That's a lot laggy. High gain, low gain. All right, I'm gonna play with this. This is fucking wild. I guess this is the weirdest fucking shape. It's the same. It's the same. All right, let's go put this on a charger. That's odd. I like odd things. Odd's fine. Odd doesn't get you laid usually, though. So that's just a thing. Let's go one more thing. We got one more thing before we have to bust it. There's accessories, probably a cable, maybe a case. You'll see during the review, and I will see during the review. Almost I need to see it before the review. Oh, fuck. All right, basement. I got that big box. That says Thigh Audio. What? Oh. All right, that'll be the next thing. That's got to be the one. That's got to be the stuff for, I'm going to Fights, the LAN party. Fights.net. Pasta, if you want to link Fights. You don't have to. It's probably over. It's definitely over because it's happening this weekend. I'm bringing... Fuck, are there 15 headphones in there? Maybe there's some in here. If there's some in here, then I know I got to open both. Oh, the Woo Audio shit. Oh God. Okay, so Woo Audio. Jack Woo's cool guy. Meet him at all the shows. Woo Audio's like, hey, you. And I'm like, me? He's like, yes, you. And I'm like, oh, baby. Anything else in here? Good box. We'll keep that. These are less interesting, but yet more interesting. So we'll do these first. And I got 2 of them. I've obviously sold many a Woo Firefly. Oh, damn it. I hate when I can't. I just want to cut 1 piece of tape, not 3 pieces of tape. That's 3 pieces of tape. It's triple work for me. And I always cut towards my body and not my buddy because I'm pretty good at not cutting myself, I guess. Don't know. I don't know who made up that rule and thought it was like, this is the law now. Wow. These are very heavy boxes. And we've got what looks to be like the most expensive cable box on earth. We'll get them both out. It's fine. Even if I drop this, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. So there's other ways you could do this, but this is the most audiophile way to do this, which is why they did it, which is why Woo Audio did it. These are, excuse me, Dremel thing. You know what, we'll open up the WA 7 Fireflies and that box, because that might be interesting. These are audiophile cables, but not in the way you think they're audiophile cables. We have a USB-C female A to USB-C, and that's probably the same thing in here. Yes. But you see, these cables are not just cables, because these have XLR ends, right? Beautiful. I love how Woo Audio is the only fucking company that has like small XLR ends. It shouldn't be hard to custom make these, every cable company ever, or right angle them or something. So here they are. We have 2 XLR ends, and on the other end of the wire, which there's 7 pieces of Velcro. No, there's only 1 piece of Velcro. They're attached together with these things, so that might have to come off if you're using these for speakers, or you could slide them. Oof, I might have to cut that off. But on the other end of this here, USB, which is why you have a USB to USB-C. This is your DAC. So they've made a DAC cable, but it's weird because I could literally plug this into my phone and then plug this into a high-end amplifier, and this is your DAC. And you're like, where's your DAC? And I'm like, shut the fuck up, it's my DAC. Now this could have just been a dongle with like a 4.4 in it and been like, that's done now. In fact, I have one in my pants. I have one in my pants. Here's my go-to. The M3 from Muse, which is a 3.5 into a 4.4 and 3.5. But this is a headphone amplifier. And this is like $150, $150, and I really do like it for powering headphones. This, and consequently this, which is the RCA version, again, really nice, and the same exact end on this, are just DACs. They're not designed to power anything, they're just designed to feed signal, and these are not cheap, because Woo Audio stuff is expensive and made in America. Well, actually, you know what? Probably not made in America. Is it made in America? It's the Phantom DAC, by the way. Pasta, if you want a link to Woo Audio, I don't think there's any affiliate links. There's just wooaudio.com. So I'm going to plug this into something, and then I'm going to plug this into something, and I'm going to plug that into something, and we're going to see how this goes. In fact, I'm going to that LAN party, and instead of bringing this as my DAC and amp, I could just bring this, which no one will think about stealing, plug it into my Steam Deck dock, and then just plug in an amplifier. People would leave the wire. All right, next video, because this one's already too long. These are cool. Take all this stuff out of here. I don't have any of these adapters, so I'm gonna have to leave the adapters with it. Also, nice case. Look at the furry buttons. Little furry buttons. See you seeing me. Anyway, I forgot to open this when I opened up the, apparently it's a topping product, a very small topping product, probably the smallest topping product. This is from Apos Pasta. Same as the TA26, in case I somehow remembered to put that on there. I should have mentioned that that was APOS. What topping product is this small? Is it a dongle DAC? It's an HS02 or the model. Why would, oh, I'm sorry. Whoa, it's the I-ISO2 or model TP527 USB isolator. I shut off the kitchen lights and then it's like, now you can't see. Ha! I'm assuming this is a USB cable. Where's this natural light I keep hearing about? The USB, very short, big, actually that might be the shortest full-size USB cable I've ever seen. It's like a 6-inch full-size USB. I'm gonna put it in my pocket because it's probably all gonna get thrown away anyway. It's a full-size A to B, and then this son of a bitch, which is just, wow, that's weird. Okay, that's very weird. Hold on, I gotta, this actually requires mental fortitude, which I'm currently not possessing. Blank, information, USB isolator model TP527, input DC 5 volt, 2 amps, manufacturer, blah, 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 QR code. So here's a diagram on top. We have 2 ins and a signal select. So either you're gonna use a full size USB like this. Oh, it's super fucking tight, baby. It feels so good. Or you're gonna use a USB-C as your input, and then you get to select between the two. So I guess you could act as a switch box. The problem is that switch is gonna be buried between the two of them. You're barely gonna get your finger in there. So you basically are gonna use one or the other. And then you have, after the signal select, you either get a USB signal isolator, power supply filtering, isolated power supply, and you get 2 outs and a signal select. So what is a matrixing box? Why is there why wouldn't it just output to both? It just doesn't. The USB signal isolator. So okay, you got to pick an in and you got to pick an out, and then this does its job. I guess it's powered by your USB already. It's claiming it wants 2 amps though, which means it's not backwards compatible with USB 1, which is going to be what most signals are going to be anyway. There's no other like input. Like none of one of these was going to be power, but it's not. So yeah, I'm going to give this a shot. I don't really have that much USB noise, but I have laptops, and laptops are fucked. So, and it's going to have to be for a USB audio device, which I don't really like to use them. Like I guess like the Hi-Fi Min EF400, although that thing's pretty expensive and probably does self-isolation. But yeah, no, so ins and outs, and it's just an A and a B, so I could just loop this. Oh, I can't make it fit. Oh, can I make it fit? Can I make it fit? Am I gonna make this the coolest thing ever? Boom, we're self-isolating now. Just like during quarantine.